Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the update for today, which was Monday, the 8th of June, 2026. Um, so I was at the Roadrunner School today, and I was back in fourth grade. This was the same class that I was telling you about last week. It was a 4-day assignment. This was day 4 of 4. And of course, that included at the end having them reset the room and getting everything put back after a few days of sub days. Um, to get it back to the regular teacher's expectations for when she comes back tomorrow. Um, all in all, today was a pretty good day. And over the past few days, we've had our ups and downs, but I would say that overall, it was a positive report over the 4 days that this particular teacher was gone. Because of the way the school calendar is this year, and especially in the particular district where this occurred, we're not actually even in the last week of school yet. We're still 2 weeks out. So it wasn't entirely last day of school feel or last week of school feel, even though this is the same building where we watch seniors come revisit their elementary school before graduating. Kind of a weird thing with the calendar there that year or this year, but anyhow, my friends, that looking at what I've got going on in the next couple of weeks. And at this point, it is almost a certainty that today ended up being my last classroom day for the academic year 2025-2026. My final teaching day of this school year almost certainly was today. Um, I haven't checked my actually, now that I think about it, yeah, there would not be a opening for me to teach again during this school year in any of the districts I'm involved with, which means that I can actually say unequivocally that this will be my final teaching day for this school year. And you know, this year was a year. Um, and mostly because of the things that my family was dealing with. Um, the inciting incident, mom's accident or fall, really, um, happened on the 23rd of September. And the way that I typically do substituting is that teachers don't miss very much in the first like 3 weeks of school. Um, that is one of the most important times of the school year for setting up expectations, setting up routines, setting up systems, and getting everything flowing smooth for the entire year. Teachers really try hard not to miss during those first couple of weeks. And as such, I don't even really um, I don't even really step too far away from the store job until like the third or fourth week of school. And that's just the way that it goes because there are not enough openings out there, and pretty much nobody like schedules subs in advance during that time. Um, so it just makes more sense for me to focus on the store until almost exclusively until like week 3 or week 4 of the school year. All right, and with the exception of one district, which didn't start school until I think like September 12th or September 15th or something really late this year. But the others, that started in the end of August, that would have put us right about that same week that mom had that episode. Which means that I, you know, quite literally the first week that I was going to be doing subbing ended up being the week that I ended up having to go and just put everything aside and go down there and take care of dad for it ended up being like 10 days in this kind of emergency type of situation. And and it was not an easy week, and that was easy couple of weeks. And as we've documented here, still working through all the repercussions of everything that started then. And so therefore, something got off to a slow start this year. Came back, I think, 1 or 2 days in October, and really, I was just basically doing by invitation only a couple of teacher friends of mine, when they asked if I was available for a day out, out and where store schedules had not been written yet. I picked those up when I was available, but but this whole thing, I honestly have not done a count of how many teaching days I've done this year. I'd put it in the neighborhood of somewhere between 20 and 30. Probably closer to 20. I should actually count them and let you know that exact number, but in short, it wasn't as much as I would like. As a matter of fact, I might end up having to contact a couple of the districts that I'm subbing with to just make sure that I stay on the list after possibly not hitting if they have like a minimum day quota that you hit in a year. But that's just kind of the way that the cookie crumbled this year. Of course, another memorable thing about this school year, let's not and let's see, that was the fall. And of course my family thing, and that was really the school year in a nutshell. So for me, really, of course, I was going to be doing the my project 2039, where I was going to start working with a bunch of basically preschoolers periodically and see, kind of work with them over the years. I hope to actually execute that in this coming fall. Call it Project 2040. We shall see. And of course, one of my favorite working days this year ended up actually being my first school day back from the whole thing with my dad in March, when I ended up coming and teaching 5th grade at this same building, and got in it, which was just a incredible day for a first day back after a rather challenging time. So it was memorable school year for ways that are not my normal, but anyhow. So that was the school year 2025-2026, which for me operationally is now completed. And I would like to wish all the students I got to know this year, and for that matter, those who are still in the system who I didn't interact with this year, I do hope you enjoy the last little part of your school year and have a fantastic summer. And likewise to all the faculty friends in the buildings that I've taught at this year. Again, you're just about there. Another week or so, you've got this. And I hope you guys have a great summer as well. And the other thing that I have to say there after this final teaching day of the year is that the rest of my day didn't do the gym or anything. I was getting kind of tidying up and getting some more stuff kind of moved around here, as honestly tomorrow, the next couple of days are going to be super busy for me. After work tomorrow, and I work at the store, I'm going to be driving down to Central Oregon to help Mom with something on particularly on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, before coming back here on Wednesday evening to resume another week of store work. And so I am probably going to be posting my update for tomorrow kind of midday. There's after a day of work and then driving all the way down to Central Oregon, I don't think I'm going to find time to film one of these tomorrow late nights after all that. So probably film at midday tomorrow, and then before heading down over there. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me all the way to the end and listening while I kind of reflect on my school year for this year. And I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Ciao.